question because I've been before we migrate everyone, I've been kind of playing around with different scenarios in the system.
Sure.
So we have 3 lead managers, and
Right.
that they're in charge of doing the heavy lifting, calling, follow-ups until they meet a certain criteria. Then they put
Right.
them in appointment set and set an appointment for our acquisition manager. But what I did notice is that when I'm creating the users, I can give access to our lead managers for like no contact made, contact made, and then
Right.
for our acquisition manager, I only want him to see, appointment set, offer made. When somebody goes to appointment set, for whatever reason, let's say, acquisition can't convert the deal, maybe there was a miscommunication there with, how the appointment was set or whatever, our acquisition would then push that back, to the lead manager into their
Right.
one to, do a long-term follow-up and then kind of reevaluate if that person's interested. But I'm seeing that like the acquisition manager, since he's still assigned to the lead, if I go into his profile on their warm leads, that person that he pushed back to the lead manager is still assigned to that acquisition manager as well.
Yeah, it'll keep it assigned because, let's say if it pushes back from warm leads back to appointment set or under contract, you still, want to know kind of who the acquisition person was. But with the update that we have coming up, in a couple of weeks, if you do not give access to someone, so this is kind of what it'll look like. Let's say if I have Tony Stark, and if I don't want to give him access to, let's say, warm leads, so he will not see any leads. He will also not get notification. He will still be assigned because he is still the acquisition manager on that lead, but he will stop getting notification until it goes into one of the other stages.
Perfect. Yeah, that was my question, because then it also, like, I saw like I would text back and then he would get the notification.
Yeah.
The other person would get the notification. So I was just,
So with this, they will not get notification. The only notification they will get it if you tag them into a comment or if you assigned a task to them. But they will not be able to go into the lead, but they'll just get notified there was a task assigned. And they might say, hey, you assigned me a task for this property, but I don't have access. But they will not get any notification. So let's say if you have your acquisition manager, they don't have access to no contact made or contact made, then they might get assigned to it, but they will not get notified. They will not receive any note unless it moves to one of the stages that they actually have access to.
Perfect. So let me ask you this, because when I sent the text back, it alerted my, the person was like, let's say in contact made. I sent the text back, and it alerted my acquisitions profile as like you have one open lead. So that's not going to happen if they're
That's not going to happen. Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because they will not see that. Yeah, they will basically not have access to that.
So this is with an update that's coming.
Yes, this is with an update that's coming. So there's going to be a few other things that's going to be part of the update. Like you'll see, like, you will have like first to claim leads, unassigned leads. So you'll be able to, if you're a multiple acquisition manager and then you want to assign them based on whoever goes in first and claims, and they'll be able to see how many leads that they have unclaimed. And then you also, this is another update for every single lead card. You'll see how many times you've called them, how many times you've texted them, how many times you've sent them RVM, email, and what was the last touch that you did with them. And then you can go, it's going to show you the same thing. Hey, I've called this lead 9 times, send them a text 3 times. So this will all be part of the update. And also every single campaign that you have, you could have different team assigned. So you could go right here, and then you can choose how you want the leads to be assigned. And then you can also, choose if you don't even want accountant to be part of this campaign. So you could have different team roles be assigned to different campaigns. So you have a lot of flexibility on that. And you can go in and say, hey, I have, let's say, my acquisition manager assigned to this lead, and I just want to unassign him from all the dead leads that I have. So it's going to remove him from this, and it's just going to unassign him. There'll still be a role of acquisition manager, but he will not be assigned to that lead anymore for that campaign.
Perfect. That's amazing. Yeah. So that's exactly what I was trying to accomplish, because then with the communication, but I'll definitely wait for the updates.
Yeah. So they will stop getting any communication if they don't have access to that status.
That's perfect. That makes sense.